Hey, today's your top 5 in 5 if you want to use your story to impact other people's lives, right? Because here's the thing, you got a story. Yeah, it's a good story. I'm not gonna lie. I like the story, but the truth is, a good story isn't enough. I can watch a great movie and be like, all right, great story, move on. I can read a book and have a great story and press on. The problem is, you don't actually have the chops you need, and it's okay. I love you, I'm giving you the love, but I'm gonna give you 5 questions you need to ask yourself if you are serious actually about having this be something you do as a career. You lean into it and quit every other things for revenue and heavily lean forward to this to have success at the level you really want to have. So first question. Here's the first question. How does your story help them? Seriously. This is one that people don't ask themselves. When I say how does it help them, I mean genuinely, you got a cool story, and I can hear it, and I've heard great stories. I got a great story, but I had this happen really early in my career. I was giving a presentation. I had an agent who was actually getting me college bookings. She said, hey, I like your story. Stop telling it. I was like, what do you mean? I'm a speaker. It's what I do. She says, no, not that you stop telling it altogether, but stop just telling your story. It's like people that hear you talk about you and what you did, and it's all great and well. They're there for them. They want to hear what it is that it can help them from your story. So no one can understand what it feels like to be in foster care. Few people know what it's like to play in the NFL, right? They're like, not only people know what it means or feels like to grow up in an all-white family like you, Anthony. Tell people how they can connect to it. So I need you to ask yourself, how does your story actually help people? What emotions can they connect to? What thoughts can they anchor to and go, I get it. Let me put that into my life. I'm going to have some great success with that. Without that, it's a problem. Then if you have that, the next thing is, do you know what you did to win? Number 2, second question, do you know exactly what you did to win? Because a lot of people, they succeed, and when you tell them, people's like, you just got to work real hard. You got to dig diligent. You got to just not quit. Sounds good. You know who else says that? Everybody. Everybody says it. So yeah, of course you worked real hard and you got it done, but what did you individually do that's different than everybody else so someone can go, that is the person that I gotta work with because that's what I need for my life. If you don't even know what you did to win, you can't even do anything past the point of telling a story. And then you can't actually create an income, which means you can't create an impact, which means you can't endure and continue to keep changing lives. So you gotta get really clear, what in the world did you do that's different that helped you win? Then number 3, can you teach it? Now, a lot of people, they got a story and they know what they did, but they can't teach it. They can't teach the process that somebody else can walk through in their shoes. Because what happens is, I think if you are a speaker, you've got to have a process you can go and then teach to the world. What my buddy Todd calls a unique mechanism or proprietary process. You got to have something so when somebody comes along and sees you and says, man, great story. I love what you did to win. Hey, how do I do that? You can say, this is how you do it. I'm going to help you, hold your hand, guide you step by step to get there. Because if not, you're leaving people hanging. Guys, when you get left hanging, you know how it feels? Same way for people, they have no idea how to do what you just did, right? So create a process, a framework, a mechanism, something that allows you to have people go, oh, great story, love it. I now know how to actually get that done. And then at the end of the day, you need to have a certain level of skill set. I mean, legitimate skill sets. What is a skill set? Well, if you think about it, like I can do this right now. I don't have a script. I just have bullet points in my head. I'm talking randomly. It's called extemporaneous speaking. It's a skill set you got to develop, and it takes time. I did 1,333 straight videos every night called a Nightly 90 to figure out how to do this, to talk off the cuff without a bunch of ums and ahs and maybe. Like I can flow with it. It's a skill set. You got to develop it because here's the thing. If you have all the strength, if you know all about your story and how to make it resonate with people, if you understand what you did and you get a process, if it doesn't come across confident because you know your stuff, you never get to impact a life. People are always having a filter of, is this person legitimate? And if you stumble and stutter, man, it's unfortunate. You'll struggle to actually be able to impact a life. So the next thing is, do you have the skill sets to be a coach? Do you have the patience? Do you know how to actually lean in when you need to create pressure, to give tough love? Do you know how to work a stage? Can you be on a podcast and actually hold a conversation, right? These are practiced skill sets. Do you have them? And if not, build them, starting now over time. And the last one, honestly, for me, it's the most endurance is, can you go the distance? Can you actually go the distance? Here's my day-to-day. I got up at 5:30. I got a workout in. I got to the workout from 5:30. At 6:30 after breakfast, I recorded an hour of podcast for an entire week. Done. 7:30, got up, went to actually in the house where my family's at, took my kids to school, got back here at 8:30. At 8:30, I was scripting for some videos we have to film. Then from 9 to 10, I sat down, I had to organize my entire structure for the next week, but I'm gonna be pretty much out of surgery. I'm going to surgery in 2 days, just so you know. Then from there, 10 o'clock meetings straight through 3. Got my kids, came back, my video team got here. Yeah, these guys behind the scenes, the magic men, got here, right? We've been working since 3:30, it's 8:22 right now. We had to script a whole video, film a whole different video, all these kind of things, and then sat down and said, oh, hey, we gotta do more videos. And we made this out of nowhere, off the cuff. Give the endurance to go. Now, not every day is like this, but I promise you, if I don't have the ability to create in these days, I don't have the success I need, because your future, your success, and the clients you want to work with, they need you to set an example of how to outlast the setbacks. So that's your top 5 in 5 questions you got to ask yourself. And if you can get the right answers and answer those with real action, I promise you, you'll change not only your life, but all the lives you want to.